anybody who didn't watch the last episode of Non-Woodworker Tries Woodworking for the first time, I made an epoxy cutting board. Kind of screwed up with that, and Zach decided it'd be a good idea to throw me into the deep end and be like, let's just build a whole desk. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Brandon.
Yeah.
You know that crappy cardboard desk you have in your office?
Yeah.
We're gonna throw that in the dumpster and get you something different. Make something up in the shop. But you're gonna have to make it. I'm not making it, but you are. But we're gonna get you set up on something cool.
All right, guys, I'm over at the shop. Oh, there he is. Howdy.
How's it going?
Good.
You ready to do this?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. We're gonna get rid of that IKEA crap you have.
Look, I don't even, like, we got it off of like Facebook Marketplace or something. Like, I don't know.
So I'm thinking that you need, that current desk you have is probably about 6 foot long, I would guess, across the top roughly.
Something like that, maybe.
So my idea is we're gonna build something out of a slab, right? We want to do something with not a lot of epoxy work because we're trying to do this on a budget. So we're not gonna do like a fancy river table and stuff.
Right, and I don't need a fancy river table. I'm pretty simple anyway.
So what I'm thinking is I have these maple slabs that would work good. And my idea is doing like a single waterfall. So we'll make it where it's 6 foot tall, and then we'll do that miter joint, and then the slab's gonna, and then on the other side we'll just have to be like a standalone, because this ain't long enough for like a dual waterfall.
Right.
So I was looking through these earlier, and I think a slab that would work really good, because you can see they like, when they cut the tree, they like cut that angle there.
Right.
So I want at least 8 foot long. That one's gonna be just right. It's like 98 inches, 18, so that can be the base height. Because, I mean, you go too deep, you just end up attracting clutter on it.
Yeah, I'm bad with clutter. Like, my desk at home has clutter. I've got a PC, a TV, an Xbox, and a bunch of just crap everywhere. So
Yeah.
I need as minimal amount of clutter as possible.
This one will have a little bit of epoxy, so we could do some color, which would look neat.
Yeah, we get a little bit in here and
A little bit there. So this would be the base. So we'll run it up 30 inches, and our miter cut will go right there, and then this will fold down flat. Then you'll have like a little pocket of epoxy to clean out right here.
Yeah.
And probably it will make the square edge your chair side.
Yeah, that would be easy right there.
And then we got, because this one already has a straight edge. Then we have that for the live edge on the outside.
That'd be sick.
Later on down the road, if you wanted to add a set of drawers, since there's like a built square, we could always add in a drawer box that screws into it later on, you know what I mean?
See guys, look, this is stuff that I would never in my life think about. Working with like a furniture company, we build stuff. Never in my life I could think, you know what would be really cool? I can just add drawers to a desk that I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
Never once, this is how you show you, I'm not the woodworker here.
Yeah.
For anybody who didn't watch the last episode of Non-Woodworker Tries Woodworking for the first time, I made an epoxy cutting board. Kind of screwed up with that, but it was all right. And Zach decided it'd be a good idea to throw me into the deep end and be like, let's just build a whole desk. And that's what I get to do. I get to build the whole desk by myself.
So the first step you need to do, the good thing is this is already perfectly flat, because all of our slabs we have them flat. So first thing you're gonna need to do is take the time to chisel out. And really, this whole area is mostly junk, so you're gonna just take like a hammer mostly and
Knock it all out.
Yeah, and it's not gonna really harden up until it gets back there. So you're gonna knock that whole void out, clean out, that crack's pretty well clean, but clean it out a little bit, and then chisel off this live edge.
Yeah.
And clean that up. And once it's prepped, the very first thing, before we even start cutting and final sanding, is do the epoxy work.
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking, like, because like the epoxy color wise, are you gonna do something bold or just a simple metallic black? Or?
I don't know, I think I might go black. So it's where I am always keen towards black, right? That's kind of the thing I go to. Black, anything with the grayscale. I'm colorblind, so that works out best.
Quick idea. So I did a table with this maple already with a rustic lumber oil,
yeah,
clear. but when you put the clear on, it kind of turned it orangey ambered tone.
Ooh.
So I don't know, it looked all right, but an idea I just thought of, what if you went with like a pearl or white epoxy, but then we use our jet black rustic lumber to make the wood black.
That'll be nice.
And then do a pocket that is like a white or pearl.
That's good, because that's also my company color. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, black and white. That'll actually be really sick.
Yeah. So then this wood won't have it kind of that golden amber.
That golden amber. Yeah. All right, I'm down.
Hey guys, it's Brandon. So we're gonna do things a little differently for this video because the shop was super loud and there's no way you guys are gonna be able to hear anything. So I'm just gonna kind of narrate through the process of working on this desk and what was going on in the video. So Zach bought some mask from RZ Mask. Shout out to RZ Mask for coming in clutch, working in the shop. It is coated in sawdust constantly. How these guys operate more often than not without a mask is beyond me. So right here, I'm working on chiseling off the bark. For anyone who's never worked on a table, when I tell you that chiseling off bark, it's not as easy as it sounds. It didn't make it into the cut, but there was the tool that we use to peel logs. I started using that for a bit, and it was but it really wasn't. It wasn't the best. So I just continued to chisel, and then from here I use this little, I have no idea what any of these tools are called. I don't know, it's some type of drill bit essentially to kind of clean up everything. Sanded everything down, worked on sanding some of these edges and sanding the split. It's nowhere near as easy. There's 2 different settings on this thing, and man, really trying to like get this edge as smooth as possible was work. So Zach came by and explained that we need to make sure we flip it over and then clean it out on the other side. Tim is helping me out here. Both Zach and Tim are incredible, and thank you both for helping me. So what ends up happening is that after we clean out this particular corner, it needs to be just cut out, honestly. So what ends up happening is that we cut out the very specific part, but Zach tries to make it look as natural as possible. So after we make the right cut to make it look as natural as possible, then we went ahead and just started to work on cleaning the rest of the stuff out. A lot of dirt, a lot of debris. There, we got it all cleaned up. Looks a lot better. Later in this video, you're gonna find out that I actually didn't do that great of a job cleaning any of this stuff out. So I have to go back again and clean it all out. And then we begin the caulking process. So for those who don't know, when you're going to pour epoxy, you usually need to use something like melamine or have like an epoxy mold, so that way the epoxy doesn't stick to it. So we use tape and some melamine to create the base or the surface layer, so that way we can pour the epoxy and it's not sticking to something. After that, we used some of the strongest smelling caulk I've ever smelled in the world. It is industrial grade, probably, to say the very least. Now, this is the part where Zach came in doing some measurements on the epoxy to figure out exactly how much we needed, because we weren't trying to use quite a bit. But then he starts throwing a lot of math at me, and if you can see my face, I don't understand a single thing. Right here is the white powder for the epoxy that we plan on using. I don't remember what he said. It's not a pearl white, but it's a different metallic white. Remember how I said that I needed to clean some stuff up? Well, yeah, this is what you're catching, is I didn't have things cleaned out the best, and Zach didn't catch that until after we had screwed in the mold and glued it down. So had to kind of go up in there, make sure I cleaned more of it out, and then do the same thing on the other side, get as much out. It is definitely messy, but it worked out. It was fine. We got it all cleaned up and it was a lot better. And then we worked on pouring the mold. What you guys don't know is that after this it leaked, and it was a bit of a little of a hiccup. We had to act quickly, and I had a quick panic, but at the end of it all, the mold worked out pretty well and everything's set up, and we left it to cure for the weekend. Thanks guys for watching this episode. Tune in next time when we go over the waterfall leg building process.